Another thing that I think makes Final Fantasy X stand out is that it's excellent at creating an atmosphere of unsettling awe. An unsettling awe that plays into the protagonist's lack of knowledge of where he is and how that leads to such heartbreaking plot twists and turns farther down the line. I can distinctly remember what I felt in my chest when I watched that scene where Yuna danced to send the departed dead onto the afterlife, that suffocating, deflating feeling that something was deeply wrong beyond just what I was seeing. The game is extremely careful in only using these cinematic visuals to support the overall story and that feeling of overwhelming sadness and unsettling awe. Spira, after all, has an overwhelming sadness that pervades its every corner, and the cinematics in the game are almost entirely there to present atmosphere and landscapes and suffering under that deeply suffocating sense of despair and defeat this setting offers. Looking out over Zanarkand, watching camps and even entire villages fall to sin, even stunning places like the Mihan High Road and its vast grasslands, or Besaid and its absolutely gorgeous rocky cliffs and pristine crystal sea waters and spotless beaches. They each have this underlying sense of loss, with machinery hanging over every piece of land, dotting the landscape and leaving it in its shadow. A reminder of the generations upon generations of mass death that led to such supposedly scenic views. Final Fantasy X is designed specifically to ease you into the world and trickle information to you little by little, until you know far too much to ever see anything in this world as peaceful or serenely beautiful again. So entrenched in sorrow and loss is everything around you. Every single corner of this game is made with that sorrowful design in mind, which makes the use of Ramstein as the first major song in this game even stranger. Small side story, I was relatively sheltered when it came to music when I was young. My parents listened to like 5 acts and I didn't have an emotional connection to any of them, so when Otherworld hit, it was like nothing I've ever heard. In high school, as I started to get introduced to people who had actual musical taste outside of what their parents listened to, I remember I put Otherworld on an old hand-me-down MP3 player and was listening to it in math class, and someone who had become a friend of mine for a while identified it and asked me if I was into Ramstein. Of course, I lied in response, having absolutely no clue what I was talking about. I'm a big fan. I literally had no idea who Ramstein was, I just knew Otherworld. So thanks, FF10, for the inns of friendship your weird-ass choice gave me in high school.